All right, guys, welcome back. Another episode of No Clue Garage. Hopefully, we'll get into that in just a minute. So, we've been in a mad dash to get this air ride on the front of this bug done before a car cruise that is tonight. And then I've got some other stuff to do with my daughter's school. So, I've got probably 3 hours to get this wrapped up. I've been working a little bit during the week and did a few things there, but didn't record too much because I've been very, very busy. But I've got a few clips. I'll drop those in right now, let you guys see where we're at up to here. Okay, guys, I know this video is a little weird. We're going to be jumping back and forth a little bit because I'm working on this throughout the week. Today I came home from work and just got right on this. So I just did some little stuff that I didn't need to film. You guys saw me take it all apart. I'm just reassembling the other way. So what I did do today is I went and I got the hydraulic fittings that screw onto the air shocks that will convert it from the little 1/8 inch line to the 1/4 inch. I tried to order tie rod ends and the bushings, the rubber bushings that fit up there, but even on Amazon, the tie rod ends wouldn't be here till like Monday. And I'm trying to get this thing put back together for this weekend. So, and J-Bugs had them cheaper, but again, they wouldn't be here till, this weekend. But what I did do, since I'm going to go ahead and order those from J-Bugs, and we'll put them on a later date. But what I did do is I just took those tie rod ends, cleaned them up, and made sure they're swiveled good, and put some grease in them. So let me show you what I did do. Okay, air shocks are installed. These air shocks, when you do this, because these aren't designed for a VW bug, they just have the right travel. The bottom down here, you're going to have to, there's a bushing that hangs out, because these are made for like a Mustang, I think. There's a bushing that hangs out probably 3/4 of an inch on one side and probably 1/2 inch on the other. You're going to have to grind that flush. And then you're going to have to drill out the bushing itself because it is too small to fit over the stud. That stud right in there. So I got those in. One of the issues that everybody talks about is how you might have to clearance your trailing arm right here because it hits the shock. I looked at it at first, I was like, it's going to hit. So instead of doing that, I came over and I drilled another hole. I felt better about drilling a hole up here because I can weld this up than grinding that out. But I drilled that hole, and when I fully collapsed the suspension, it put a bind up here and this was hidden. But while I was looking at it, I moved it over to the original hole and it works just fine. This side I have probably an 1/8 inch clearance as that goes up and down. This side was just, you can see right here, just barely rubbing. So what I did, and I think the reason why that side over there cleared better than this side is that I didn't quite get all of that bushing ground off down there. So that side's sticking out a little bit. So what I did is I went in here and put a thick washer. And now I get about an 1/8 inch clearance on this side at full travel. I put a ratchet strap around here and collapsed the beam all the way until the bottom of the adjusters. Now, I might go lower than that. I don't know. But even if it does, this, as it swings up, it gets farther away. The only thing I'm going to worry about is maybe bumping up in here. I believe there's some people out there that make like shock relocators that move either the bottom or the top. I don't know. I haven't messed with those. So as far as the bushings, let me grab one and show you guys. These are those rubber bushings that go between here and the body. And after doing some research today, I found out that if you don't put these in here or you put too thick in here, it could actually affect the way your doors line up. So what I am going to do, since I couldn't even find these on J-Bugs. I found them at some other VW places, and they're only like $4, but it'd take a week to 2 weeks to get here. So what I got is, this is a mouse pad, guys. About the same tension, springiness as this rubber. Now it's not thick enough, but what's to say I can't cut two pieces, stack them on top of each other, cut a hole, and stack that right there. So that's what I'm going to do. I would do it the right way and get the right parts if I wasn't in a hurry trying to rush to get this done before the weekend. I still got to get this beam put in here. I've still got to install an air tank, a compressor, and plumb everything. I don't know if I'm going to make it, guys. I'm going to try. So I'm going to set this camera down, get back to work. I think I'm going to cut those out, and then the next step's going to be getting the beam in. I'm probably not going to bring you guys back for all that unless something funny happens. Let's not say that. And I don't know if I'm going to get to that tonight because it's already going on like 7:30 at night. So I'm going to shut this camera off, shut my mouth, and get to work. All right, so it's the next day. And I know I'm not filming a lot of this. I'm kind of in a hurry. And it takes triple the time to record, get stuff done when you're recording. But let me show you the progress that we got so far. Okay, the beam is installed. Air shocks are on the beam. I can already tell it's going to sit a lot lower. I've got to get in here and button up everything now. Brake lines, steering, all that kind of stuff. All right, let me tell you guys, let me give you some advice. If you're going to do this, don't assemble the beam before you get it in the car. It just gets too heavy. It is too awkward. It won't stand straight up and down, so you can't really pick it up with a floor jack. It is a pain in the butt. Go ahead and just put the beam in the car and then assemble it in there. I should have done that. It took me, the wife, and the boy probably, I don't know, an hour last night just trying to figure out how to get that thing up there. It's pretty dangerous too. But we did get it. Nobody got hurt. Everybody still got all their fingers. So that's good. Now, like I said, I'm not filming a lot of this because I'm in a hurry to get this done. Plus, you guys saw me take all this stuff apart. Once I get this in and I start trying to figure out the compressor, the tank, the airlines and stuff like that, well, I'll try to do some more recording. Like I said, today is Tuesday. I'm trying to get this done by Friday evening. Car cruise is Friday evening. So there's a lot going on this weekend too. I don't think I'm going to go to it all. There's a little car cruise here in my local town. Then there's one in a town about 40 miles from here. And it's an all day long car cruise, car show, just festival. Sunday there is another car show probably about 15-20 miles from here at a fire station. Depending on how this does Friday, I might try to go to that. I don't know yet, but I'll have to see. But yeah, it's just crazy. Work and get here and just try to get this done. So I'm gonna, like I said yesterday, I'm gonna shut this thing off and stop talking and get to work because I want to get this done. Now today, after I get this buttoned up, I'm gonna put the wheels on and we're gonna put this thing on the ground and we're gonna see how low it goes. I'm gonna bring you guys back for that. So I want to see how it sits and I'm not even going to take the adjusters all the way out. I'm just going to let them go to full drop on the adjusters and see how it sits. Ooh, that reminds me. One thing I did notice, the way the bottom adjuster sits and that adjuster sticks straight down off the bottom, I might have to run without the front sway bar. It looks like once it goes up to full lower that is going to hit that screw. I don't want it rubbing that and marring that screw all up so that it's not usable. So I might have to take that sway bar off. We'll find out more once we start getting it back on the ground. All right, I'm shutting this off and I'm getting to work. All right. Remind me to check those before I drive.
Okay.
Which I doubt I'm driving tonight, just before I drive.
Yeah, we got to move lots of cars.
Oh, this is the part I'm so nervous about. Because we had to reassemble everything just to see how bad I screwed up. Hopefully I didn't. But...
Whoa! Watch out, Allie.
I almost knocked the heck out of you, baby.
You're chewing.
Okay, goal is to see how far this tucks up into here. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Is it gonna go, like, is your jack gonna be a problem?
I don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No, I stopped.
Oh, okay.
That right there is about where it was.
Yes. I like it.
It's not as slammed as I wanted, but it's good. And I've got the adjusters. I didn't take the adjusters all the way out. I put them down to max lower. The problem is just looking to make sure that nothing rubs. We're clear all the way around.
I like it.
I could actually lower it more if I took the adjusters all the way out. That'll be after I get the air vents. Holy cow, that thing is good.
You're so fast.
Oh my gosh.
Are you happy?
So far, yeah. Even like that, that's might be drivable. I don't know. What I'm worried about right here is rubbing fenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see?
It's
I
rubbing.
rubbed the fenders right there. That's why people go with a narrowed beam. But I didn't want to narrow this because to narrow it, you don't just narrow the beam, you got to narrow your torsion springs, all your tie rod ends, everything. Everything's got to narrow. I need to look at the sway bar. See if I am destroying that bottom adjusters. I am not. I mean, I'm against it, but it's fairly. Okay. For now, I'm gonna leave it right there. Because that right there is still dry, well, somewhat, because of the fenders. See if I hit on this side. At the front of the tire. No?
Turn the other way. Now you got lots of clearance on this side.
Okay, so this side's just rubbing. And it could be because this car's been bumped and hit many, many times.
Maybe it's bent a little too far.
Yeah, maybe this side's pushed back a little farther.
Which it does look like there's a sharp.
Yeah, this whole finger. This is how you fix that. See,
That's
how
better.
That's how you fix that.
You can probably pull it out a little bit more too, looks like.
I think it's probably good. That's why I don't want a nice shiny painted car. It's because I couldn't do that on a nice shiny painted car. I love it. I love it. Now I got to get that back down.
It does look a lot better.
I don't know if I'm going to get that back down before this weekend because that's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
But it kind of levels it out now a little bit. Right now it's got what they call that California look.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the other bug at the car show had.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of a rake to it.
Now mine's way too tall.
Yeah. Here's a monster truck. I love it.
Yay! Worth all the pain and suffering last night.
I'm not done yet.
Last night's pain and suffering.
Yeah, last night sucked. Last night sucked. Allie! She was running out towards that road. I know she wasn't going in it.
She's smacking leaves off Mr. Ronnie's tree. Congratulations.
I like it. Hi guys, I am very pleased with the outcome. So, way it's sitting right now could be driven. It's drivable height. This driver's side wheel might rub a little bit, but I was able to pull it out of the fender a little bit. So
this part I don't need.
I'm very happy. I could always, once I get the air shock part working, I could always back those adjusters out, the height adjust part screw, and that would let those adjusters rotate freely in there, and that would also let this thing drop all the way down until it hit the fenders probably, which I was going for park height, not drive height. So we'll just have to wait and see. But look at that. That's tuck-in tire. That's nice. Oh, I love it. I think she's looking good. I got to get the back down. That's going to be a project for another week, not this weekend.
Hi.
Hi. You sure look a lot better for being homesick today.
Hi.
What are you doing over there? Let's go see. Show us what you're doing.
I'm gonna do
Are you working on your car?
Yeah.
Yeah? That is cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. What's the wood for? So the car doesn't roll away? Oh, to pick it up also?
Yeah. And so that
Yep.
it runs away.
All right, so one thing I did notice is now that it's lower,
Daddy, my
look at that front wheel.
It's dirty.
And look at that front wheel. I am going to have to adjust the toe.
You can put it in places.
No biggie. I knew that was going to happen. So my issue now, and I say issue, it's not really an issue. It's just on my next project I got to figure out. On this air ride, I'm going cheap. I don't have a big budget. I've got no budget, actually, little to none. The only way I bought the air shocks and all that stuff was I sold that old motorcycle that I was working on.
Dust on
So when I say I'm doing it cheap, I'm using recycled stuff. So let me show you guys what I got.
and put it out in the plate.
This stuff has to fit in there. This is a 12 volt gassed compressor. Now this is pretty big. I know it's big compared to the compressors for air ride today. The thing though with this one, well, with the smaller ones you get today, they go up to 200 psi, but they're like 1.4 CFM from like 0 to 75, from 75 to 200, it's like 0.5. This thing, the spec sheet says that this is 2.4 CFM all the way up to 100 psi. This is only a 100 psi compressor, but it's full 2.4 CFM the whole way. So it should fill pretty quick. I'm hoping, because this thing says it draws 35 amps at max pull. Actually, no.
This is my hammer.
46 amps at max pull. The spec sheet says 35 continuous. So I am going to be running some either 8 or 10 gauge wire to that thing. And then this is the air tank. I don't know what this come off of. My father-in-law gave me this air tank not long after he gave me the bug. Thing is massive. I don't know what size it is. I imagine it's like a 4 to 5 gallon. I've got to figure out how to fit all this underneath that hood. So if you guys got any thoughts, for now, since I'm on such a rush, I'm just going to do a temporary mount and get it in there so I can get everything plumbed up. But in the long run, I'm going to pull everything out of that hood, clean up all the wiring, and clean the whole thing up. And I don't know if I'm going to do some carpet or if I'm going to do, like, I saw one that had like wood. It was done like a wooden deck. It looked pretty nice. So it'll all come out and get redone then. So I'm going to think about this project tonight and tomorrow. After work, I'll get started on trying to mount this stuff and start getting things plumbed up. I've still got to get air fittings and stuff to plug off all these holes, because there's a whole bunch in that tank, threaded holes. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll bring you guys back tomorrow. All right, so now that you're kind of caught up, like I said, I've been just mad dashing, haven't been recording too much. So that and kind of got the wind taken out of my sails a bit. I did the whole video for last week's, building the beam, putting the adjusters and everything in. And my editing software has kind of quit on me. Hopefully I can get it figured out because I still haven't uploaded. That video should have went out 5 days ago. And I still can't get it figured out. I've been checking all the forums, doing what everybody says. So that video is still sitting on the computer. Can't figure out how to do it. So hopefully this video gets out too. So that kind of, bummed me out a little bit. So I've been kind of like, why record it if I'm not even be able to put it out? I guess I could change softwares, but then I'll have to go in and re-edit that whole video from last week. But anyway, that's enough of me just blabbing. Let me show you what all we've got done. So like I said, this is just a temporary install for the car cruise tonight. This winter, I am going to gut this whole trunk area, clean up all the wiring, probably paint it, carpet kit. I'm going to build custom stands. I might even get a new tank and new compressor because this is just older stuff that I've been hoarding for a while. But I've got my compressors mounted. That's where the tank's going to go. I'm just going to ratchet strap it in for now. My relay that'll turn my compressor on and off. I've got wire I've still got to run back to the battery. Out here, I've got the old tank. And you can see I've got my fittings all put in already, my in and my out. I've got a pressure gauge, had to cap some of the extra ports on there that I'm not going to be using right now. All this just to air ride the front of this thing. That's how I got to the back. I'm going to have to build brackets for the back. But I'm going to be in a mad dash. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to get recorded, but I'm going to bring you back periodically to show you what we've done, what we're doing. I guess right now I'm going to get the front end jacked up and I'm going to start running the air lines from the air shocks. Oh yeah, let me show you too. Got my switch mounted up under the dash. And that's a pressure gauge that'll show me how much pressure's in the air shocks. Whereas the gauge on the tank will show me how much pressure's in the tank. Now that compressor is only 100 PSI compressor. These air shocks will probably hold up to 150. So I'm not going to be able to get full maximum out of it, but it'll work for now. It'll work for what I want to do right now. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get started on running the air lines from the air shocks. Get them run up, and then just a little bits of airline from the compressor to the tank, from the tank to the switch to the air shocks. And then I've got to run my power wire all the way back. I'm still missing one key component, and that is an inline fuse. I've got a couple old stereo inline fuse holders. I have to check and see if the fuses are good, if the holders are good. If not, I might have to run and go try to find one of those, but I got to get that wired up. Oh, and yeah, like I said, I've got about 3 hours to get this all done. And I'm sitting here yapping. Oh, I still got to wire up the switch to turn the compressor on and off too. All the little things. The little things is what do they call, nickel and dime you when it comes to money? This right here will minute and second you when it comes to time. It's all the little things. So, got my jack. Now that I lowered this thing, my good jack won't even fit under it. My old low profile jack. The funny thing is I found that old jack sitting on the side of an old county road, and the wheels were locked up. They were rusted and locked up. I got it here, cleaned up the wheels, and it works great, but it's a low profile. So it'll kind of slide up under there, but it's heavy. But I get that. I'll get it up, get some jack stands under it, and I'll bring you back once I got the lines run, show you how I ran the lines from the air shocks. Okay, bring you guys back. Let me turn this loud fan off. I know it messes with the mics. Just got back from the store again. Had a little mishap, had to go get some parts. But let me show you where I'm at so far. And again, disclaimer, this looks rough because I'm going to rip all this back out over the winter and redo it. But let me show you where I'm at. Okay. I got the adapters put on the air shocks and converted that over to 1/4 inch air line. I got the holes drilled with you can see the light coming through Put rubber grommets in there. Got my switch mounted. That's going to turn my compressor on and off. Actually, what that's going to do, power comes from the fuse block, goes through here. Power leaves the switch, goes through my pressure switch that kicks on at 70 psi, kicks off at 100. This is only 100 psi pump. That goes through and goes to my solenoid. This is a, I forget what it is, 200 amp constant duty solenoid. So when that kicks on, this is the battery, or the wire coming from my battery. When that kicks on, that's going to kick power over here to the compressor. Let the compressor come on. Once this gets up to 100 psi, that's going to break this contact, shut that off. Now, where I had to go to the store is the fuse holder I'm using. I'm using a inline fuse holder, like you would with a stereo amplifier. And one of the screws on it, I stripped out. My fault. So I had to go find a new set screw. And then while I was trying to torque it off, I broke the little glass fuse. So I had to go buy a couple more fuses. So I am going to get that stuff mounted, if you can see through the window, back there to the battery. Here's my big worry, guys. This whole car still has the generator. Doesn't have an alternator, it has a generator. We'll still have to wait and see how it's going to run when I'm running that compressor. Will it bog down the engine so much that it dies? Am I going to have to sit there with my foot on the pedal? We'll find that out. That's to be determined. Right now, I want to finish getting this up. I've got maybe an hour and a half, if I'm lucky, before I've got to go clean up, get on the road and go to my daughter's assembly at her school. And then after that, I've got maybe about another hour. So I got to get a rush on. Luckily, the airlines are all push connect. That should be fairly easy. The wiring right now is the hardest part. Had to run that wire all the way through the car, make the ends. And right now I'm getting ready to get in here and mount that fuse holder. So let me get that done and I'll bring you back next breather I take. Hi guys. So as you can tell, I'm not in the garage no more. Hope you guys can hear me. They got generators running over here. We're down at our little town's car cruise. A couple hours, everybody get to hang out, and I got the thing together. I'm not very impressed yet. I've still got a lot of work to do. But as you can see right now, that's about full ride height right there. If I can get it up that high. My compressor is only 100 PSI. I need probably a 200 PSI compressor. But I'm going to have Cameron go over there and hit the switch and show you guys what it'll do. All right, Cameron, get in there and hit that switch down and hold it down. Yep, just hold it. Awesome. Now, as you can see, it drops about 2 inches. I could get it to drop a lot more if I was to take the adjuster bolts out and let them just free ride. But I'm still getting used to it, and I don't want to do that because if something does happen, it'll drop all the way to the ground. So right there, if something was to happen to the air ride, I can still get home on that. So we're going to hang out here and see what other cars show up. See if we get a turnout tonight. Hopefully we do. And then I might work on it a little more when we get to the house. There's a few things I need to tweak on it. So, all right, well, we're going to enjoy ourselves, and we might take a walk around here in a little bit and look at some cars. Alright guys, so it's been kind of a hectic week, as you guys saw through those little mini clips. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I was in a big rush to get this done for this week. On top of that, I was having a major issue with the video editing program that I use to get these videos out to you, to where I couldn't get the video from the week before to actually render. I worked on that thing for over a week and I finally got it. I had to completely uninstall and reinstall the video, but I finally got it. So as you know, I've been in a big hurry this week getting this stuff done so that we could go to the local car cruise in our little town, and I have video of that. You guys might have already seen it. I don't know, I've got to sit down and edit all this stuff, put it all in the right order. So we did that. I got the car all together. Also today, I didn't take any video, but I went to another car show. Just me. Took the stink bug to another car show about, I'd say 20 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles one way. So I wanted to do a good shakedown on the car, make sure that whole front end was put back together right, and it drove all right. I've still got to work on the toe because it drives a little funky. But I didn't take any video there because it was a pretty special car show for me. I got to hang out with my oldest daughter for about 4 or 5 hours today. And not to get into my past or anything, but we didn't know each other for about 15 years until here recently. That's a whole nother story that I will not get into. That's not public information. But let's just say I got to spend about 5 hours with her today. So I put the camera down and when I hung out with her. But it was a good show. We hung out. We didn't take anything. I wasn't expecting to, again. But we had a good time. Now, onto the air ride. I got those air shocks in there. I've got the adjusters in. The adjusters are loose. You know, they stop at the lowest point, but they're loose. They should rotate up and down. I only get about an inch lift, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches if I'm lucky. Yeah, giggity. But still not really impressed on the lift, and it might be because my compressor's only giving me 100 psi. It stops at 100. Truly, I'm only getting maybe 80 to a 90 psi. So I'm going to work on trying to get a different compressor. Other than that, everything else is good. It sits where I want it to right now. Eventually, I want it to lay on the ground. I want the pan on the ground, but right now it sits where I want it to. And when I hit the air shocks, it gives me the clearance so that I can still drive home. It drives pretty good, you know, once I get that steering issue fixed. Let me show you guys what it looks like aired all the way out. So this is the stink bug now. This is how she sits, and I love the way it just starts to tuck the white wall in. She looks pretty good. Got a lot of eyes on it today. A lot of people complimented on how it looks lowered like that. I'm happy with it. I will tell you I'm happy with it. Once I get the other little torques figured out, it'll be great. So I did notice something, and I noticed before I did the lowering on the front end, it always leaned to the driver's side a little bit. And I couldn't really, you know, I noticed that it would, but you didn't notice how much until today. I was sitting there looking at it, and even lowered all the way down with it aired all the way out, it is sitting probably about 2 inches lower on the driver's side. I know it's kind of hard to think that, oh, you didn't notice that. No, it's really kind of hard to notice until you look at the white walls. Let me show you. That's where the driver's side white wall tucks. That is where the passenger side is sitting. I am pretty sure the issue is going to be in the rear end. One thing I've noticed is the way it sits right now, the driver's side rear tire is starting to camber in a little bit. Passenger side is still straight up and down. So what I think has happened is either that spring, that tension rod in the rear end on the driver's side is starting to get weak, or in the past somebody has messed with that and got it maybe one spline off so that it sits a little bit lower on the driver's side. I ain't worried about it. It rides fine right now because eventually I'm hoping over the winter I'm going to get an air ride kit for the rear. If I do that, those torsion springs come completely out and it sits on full airbags. So hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully. One thing I do have to do is, the wife's been getting on me because I've been spending a lot of time on my Bug, and we haven't spent much time on hers. I did adjust the carburetor the other day before we went out to the little car cruise. Hers has been dying at the stoplights. Idle was a little low. And I adjusted the fuel mixture a little bit. But like I said, I'm not sure how this video is going to turn out. It might be all right. We'll see. But I've got to hurry up, finish this. My girls are at a mini cheer camp right now. So we're getting ready to go watch their little performance that they're learning. They're going to perform live at the football game this Friday. I might take some video of that, show it to you guys. But we've got to go watch them do their performance real quick and pick them up, and then come home and spend the rest of the evening with the family before we start school and work again. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Really surprises me that there's people out there that really want to watch me, even though I'm not popular yet on YouTube. I'm hoping to get there one day, but I've been posting a lot of shorts lately and been getting a lot of interaction. And if you guys that watch the shorts actually come over and watch full length, thank you. Again, if you guys like the videos, hit the like button, subscribe. You know, doesn't cost anything to you guys, and you know, it helps me out, gives me the confidence and the encouragement to come out here and record another video. Like right now, I'm trying to think of what I can do this week for a video because I have no ideas right now. I got the main thing of what I wanted to do done. So, you know, if you guys want to continue seeing videos from me, hit that like and that subscribe. Let me know that you guys are actually watching. I'm still going to do videos. It's just, it's a little easier to get the encouragement to get out and do one when I know people want to see them. So, again, thank you, and till next time, we'll see you guys.